now that you've actually continued with all of your stitches, now's a perfect time to show you how to change the colour of your yarn. Now there are a number of different ways that you can do this, but probably the easiest possible way of being able to do this is by getting your original piece of work. I've created 2 rows of double crochet. I've created a foundation chain and then 2 rows of double crochet, and now what I want to do is be able to change that from pink to this purple colour. The easiest way of me being able to do that now is to take my crochet hook and in my last stitch continue as if I'm going to create a double crochet. So I will put my hook into the stitch, I would yarn over and pull through. I've got 2 loops on my hook. Now before I yarn over and pull through those 2 loops on my hook, I will take my colour change, I will loop that over my finger, pop it over my crochet hook so that you've got both your working yarn and the yarn that's attached to your ball of wool, and I would pull that through those 2 loops on my hook. From there then I can drop the tail of my new working yarn, and then I can continue to create a chain just there. I can flip my work and then continue working my double crochet in the new colour. Before I chop off the end of my first colour, what I like to do is to lay the piece of work flat, take both pieces of yarn, both the pink and the purple, and just tie those off into a neat knot. That way your work will not unravel when you come to proceed. Nice little knot there. I would chop off my pink to the same length as what my purple is. So I've now got rid of my pink yarn and I'm going to continue now working on my purple yarn, and we've got a nice secure knot. These will then be weaved in at the end so that the work looks nice and neat. So if you pause the video and join me back with 2 rows of your second colour. Okay, so we've now got 2 rows of pink and 2 rows of purple. If you find that that particular method feels a little bit clumsy and you're not quite sure you can do it that way, then the next way of being able to change your yarn is to complete your previous row with your double crochet. Take your hook out, remembering to create quite a big loop so that you don't drop a stitch. Pop your hook through that last stitch, catching both the front and the back loop, and pull the yarn through. Now what you have is an anchor point for you to be able to tie that piece of work onto that last stitch, and then if you cut your purple yarn and pull it through this loop through, that finishes off your purple yarn. You have now got your piece of work with your yarn attached, your new pink yarn attached. You can pop your crochet hook in, drop your tail and just chain 1 just to attach that. It is attached with a knot, but obviously that knot doesn't give you the height to be able to do your turning chain. So if you just do 1 chain there, that will act as your turning chain. You have knotted your work all together, so there's no need to continue with a knot. You can flip your work and then you can continue to do your double crochets. Now, a nice method that I like to do, instead of weaving my ends, what I would do is I would move my tail ends across the top of my work. I would work in my first stitch and I would work my crochet stitches over those ends. So I would continue to pop my crochet hook into the stitch, ensuring I've caught both the front and the back loop, but I would also ensure that my stitch covers those tails from your yarn, and that way you do not have to weave in your ends. So this gives you a nice straight edge with no ends to weave in. If you continue your piece of work doing this method, and then meet me back after you've done the 2 rows. Okay, so the next part of your work is to be able to weave in the ends. To weave in your ends, you can take your darning needle. I like to choose one that's got a relatively large eye to it, to allow you to be able to accommodate the chunkier wool that we use. I would take my first colour and thread that through my darning needle. It will be quite a tight fit because of the chunkiness of the yarn. I would then flip my work, and then I would work my darning needle through the purple section because I'm using purple yarn, and I would catch these stitches just to weave in those ends. And I like to do the triple method of weaving in ends, so I would take that through a few of those stitches, and then I would skip the first one and work my way back. So that's the second time of going through, and then I would miss the first one, weave my way back, and that's the third time of taking your yarn through your piece of work. Then you can trim off that end, and that is now a nice secure weaving of your ends. I would do exactly the same with the pink yarn, bringing it through this pink section, and I would just try to catch just a few of these stitches. You will see them by this little V. Just catch those, work your way through once, work your way back twice, and then work your way back third, and then you can trim off. And what you will see is if you give that a little tug, that end is nicely weaved in.